Hi, my name's Daisy and today I am going to be talking about Goodreads. I want to show you something interesting though before I start this video, which is my nails, because I have the Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, Slytherin and Ravenclaw picture things on my nails. This is one hand, I'm sorry it's shaky, but I can't really help that because I'm holding it. But isn't it so cute? My friend gave me water decals and I decided these were going to be my birthday nails because I always do something interesting for events. So, Harry Potter nails. I'll show you the other hand now. And that's Slytherin and Ravenclaw, and I just love them. It just looks so pretty. A while ago on BookTube, some users were talking about why they use Goodreads and why they don't use Goodreads. And at the time, I found it very interesting to see why people did use it and why people found that they didn't like Goodreads. So today, I am going to tell you why I really like Goodreads. The word Goodreads now sounds really weird in my head because I've said it too many times. Goodreads, 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 Goodreads. It sounds like Goodreads now. Yep, this is my life. I first joined Goodreads in January 2012 when it's sort of, I don't know when it actually started, Goodreads, but I remember people kept talking about it and people kept like logging their books, and at the time I was kind of like, oh, that would be like a useful tool just to see like what I've read, and that, you know, in the future I can kind of go back and go, yes, I did actually read that book. It was only until the beginning of 2013 where I actually got really back into reading again, whereas I would just read an occasional book. I like sort of took my fancy. I wasn't really like a heavy reader. I've read all my life, but there's sort of periods where I go through like loads and loads of reading, and then there's some periods where I just read less and it just happens. There's a couple of reasons why I love it, and it's more to do with the fact that it's a community of the users rather than kind of like just logging the books, because although that's quite fun to kind of see what books you've read, and there is actually a guy that I think has gone back to like the 1960s or something and put down every single book he's read, which is amazing. But for me, I just like it because there's so many people that you can befriend on there, and then it's like that conversation that you always have, like, what are you reading at the moment? Well, you can go spy on what exactly page they are on if they've updated it, and you can see what they've read and what they recommend. So it's kind of like a little bit more easier to get to know what people's tastes are before you sort of speak to them further. And it also makes you find new books that people have been raving about, and you're like, if it's got 5 stars from about 10 people that I have on Goodreads, I think I probably want to read it. It's that kind of user face thing where you get an opinion quite quickly and quite easily. The next thing is the logging of the books, because the logging of the books is a very good thing, because A, it's not just what you've read or what you have on your TBR or what you have to read, although my to read bit, if you ever have me on Goodreads, you will see that it is completely just a jumble. You get to make a list, and I love making lists, so this is exciting for me. And then we have competitions, which is always exciting. If you don't like competitions, why? You get free stuff if you win. There is something for everyone in the competition aisle of things. Even if you don't like making lists or whatever, or you don't want to enter in competitions, it's still a really great platform to be on because you get to engage with readers, and especially if you are a person that makes videos on YouTube about books, it's also really great to be able to then communicate with the people who actually watch your videos and see what they're reading as well, because often I'm just talking to you guys and I don't always know all the information of what you're reading at the moment and what you've enjoyed and what you've read in the past and, you know, all that sort of stuff. So it's kind of interesting for me to be able to then get to know you guys a little bit and often put a face to a name. Next thing that I really love is the Goodreads counter reader app kind of thing, because that's really great. A, because I get to log in how many books that I actually want to read in that year, and it tells me how far I am through the target instead of having to write it all down on a piece of paper and possibly losing it, because that's not fun. And I also get to be told how many books I am ahead of the schedule, that if I read them in a certain amount of time, I need to be able to be on track. And at the moment, I'm currently 8 books ahead of my schedule, so woo, go me, go me. One thing I will note about Goodreads that makes my face just go is they don't count rereads properly. Plus I feel like some kind of cool person when I just scan a book and I'm like, bam, it's now on my scanned books list, and I don't know, I get really excited about scanning a book. Wow. I don't know why I just admitted that on the internet. A really handy app, and I find that I use that probably more often, especially if I'm updating a book or accepting a friend request or whatever, because it's just easier for some reason doing the app version. Plus you get to find new books quite easily, because if you have people on your friends list, if they want to say that they want to read a book, you might find a new book from that. And you do get to interact with authors, although they're not always prevalent in the community, they are there, and sometimes they do come along and like your review, because obviously if I was an author, I'd probably be checking Goodreads and seeing what the reviews were, because then it gives you a good feedback as well. But I want to know what your thoughts are on Goodreads, whether it's good or bad. I don't mind, I just want to hear your opinions down below. Thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and happy reading. Bye bye!